Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the press conference for Star Wars: The Last Jedi. We're going to bring out our cast, and they are flanked by some very special guests from The Last Jedi. Please welcome them. All right, so I'm going to bring them up one by one. We're going to begin with Rian Johnson, the writer-director of The Last Jedi. Mark Hamill, you know him as Luke Skywalker. Daisy Ridley, a.k.a. Rey. Adam Driver, Kylo Ren. Oscar Isaac, Poe Dameron. Yes. John Boyega, Finn. Hey. Kelly Marie Tran, the new character, Rose Tico. Laura Dern, who plays Admiral Holdo. Yeah. Donald Gleason, General Hux. Yes. Gwendolyn Christie as Captain Phasma. And Andy Serkis as himself. Hey. All righty. Welcome to the press conference, guys. Thank you all for being here, joining together in one place to talk about this movie, which you guys have seen, but they have not, but they have a lot of questions for you. So Ryan, what would you say differentiates The Last Jedi from The Force Awakens, but also The Empire Strikes Back as a second chapter in a trilogy?
So yeah, it's a second movie in a trilogy, and I think we've been kind of trained to expect it'll be a little darker, and obviously it looks a little darker. And the thing is, though, for me, I loved the tone that was established of the original films, and also that J.J. captured in The Force Awakens of fun. And that's like, to me, it's a Star Wars movie. First and foremost, we were trying to make it feel like a Star Wars movie, and that means you have the intensity and you've got the opera, but it also means that it makes you come out of the theater wanting to run in your backyard, grab your spaceship toys, and make them fly around, you know, and that's a key ingredient to it. So we're going to go to some intense places in the movie, but I hope also it's fun, it's funny. I don't know, you guys you've seen it.
Yeah, For some of the cast who was in The Force Awakens, how would you say this film feels differently?
I just think the story's moving forward. I just feel like the JJ had a blueprint, a foundation in Force Awakens that was pretty good, and now it's about it was good. And now it's about moving forward with the story and just challenging the characters, and all the characters are under intense pressure, and so it's a time which everyone has their own specific reckoning, and it's all different. It's like a lot going on. I've only watched it once, and the first thing is that I want to watch it again because of the amount of information and Easter eggs in there as well.
Yeah, I think the thing as well is that with often with the second chapter in a story of three, because the first one kind of sets the tone and the world and the new characters, it introduces them. In the second one, you don't have to spend so much time doing that. You can really just delve into the story, into what's happening, like John said, to the conflict of each of the characters. I think what Ryan's done so incredibly well is that he's challenged deeply every single character, including the droids, with like the biggest challenges they've ever faced, and that's how you're able to really get to learn about them on all sides of the spectrum, from light to dark. It's like he's found a way to get to the central point of that character and try to challenge them as best as he can. And I think it's really amazing what he's done.
Daisy and Adam, do you have any thoughts on how the film feels differently?
I agree with that.
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
I mean, the biggest thing for me when I read the script, because even though you try and avoid what people are saying, it's hard to, and because people responded well to John and I as a team, I was a bit nervous about not being a team so much in this one. So I think for me personally, it was a challenge. The film was a challenge, and it was. I don't know what it was like for anyone else, but to be in different combinations of people. So in itself, we're already, we're in different situations. We're with different people that we are learning about. We're meeting for the first time. So yeah, felt pretty different for me.
Let's hear from the bad guys. The bad kids always sit in the back at the Donald, Gwendolyn, Andy, any thoughts on just the tone, that how this movie it distinguishes itself among all the different Star Wars films?
I mean, I was blown away when I saw the movie. I just was so caught up with it. Not least because it was really intimate and very emotional, and I wasn't expecting that at all. I mean, I knew obviously that it was going to go that way, but it was very, very powerful, and it touches you. And what Ryan's done incredibly is made this dance between tonally dance, between these great kind of epic moments and hilarious antics, literally flipping on a dime and then going right into the heart of these beautiful characters and you really caring. And I think that was, for me, I think has been, that's my takeaway. It was just an extraordinary viewing.
I was delighted by the film, and what I was surprised by was that Star Wars has always been, I think the reason why it's resonated with us all so deeply is that it's our foundation story of good against evil, and where that balance is, and how we see elements of characters we've never seen before, things that can be unexpected. But there is something about this film, and I think it's because the world that we live in is a changing and evolving place, that it retains the simplicity of those elements, but it really resonates with what it is to follow your own human, dark, narcissistic tendencies, where that will take you. And I love that. And it's done so beautifully aesthetically too.
I didn't go to the screening, so...
he had a thing.
Yeah.
No, I didn't know.
I had other things
I'm
to do.
excited you're going to see it at the
Any sense for just performing in it?
No, that's why I wanted to wait and see it with a huge crowd and see it the way I saw the Force Awakens, which was just with a load of people losing their minds. But then I heard these guys lost their minds, so I was kind of annoyed I didn't go.
Yeah.